Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I promised you guys a review on the Kylie Cosmetics Valentine's Day palette, and thankfully I did get it before Valentine's Day. I was kind of wondering if it was going to arrive on time or not, but it did. I've heard some pretty crappy things about this palette, so I am going to give you guys my opinion. I'm going to try it on my eyes today, and I'm going to give you the swatches that I took of this palette last night. So if you guys are interested in seeing my experience with this palette, then just keep on watching. So first things first, it is a stunning palette. As you can see, it has 12 eyeshadows. The top row is shimmer, the bottom row is matte, and it has the beautiful pink Valentine's Day vibes, which I was ready for with this long winter. I'm starting to lean towards anything colorful and spring. I'm doing a whole series over on my Instagram with different vibrant colors if you guys are interested. But this was right up my alley, so I had to have it in my collection. Whether or not I will end up liking it will depend on how this video goes. I did already dip into every single shade for these swatches that I will give you guys at the end of this video. So basically right now I'm going to dip into this palette and kind of do a look that I would do on my own regularly as if I were not filming. I'm not trying to give you guys an entertaining, gorgeous, like intricate makeup look. I'm just going to dip into this as if I was doing my daily makeup. I'm going to start by blending this matte transition shade called Princess all over my lid. I'm going to take my Sigma Tapered Blending E35. It's a big blending brush. As I dip my brush, there's a ton of fallout, so I'm going to tap that off. And I'm just going to dust this into the crease and all over the lid. I have MAC Painterly down as a base right now, if you guys are wondering, and a little bit of concealer underneath my eyebrows. And I apologize if the lighting is a little bit dim in this room. I wanted to film in here because I feel like the background is a little bit less distracting as in my beauty room, so I wanted you guys to be able to kind of focus on the palette. It's a little dim over there. I don't have a light over there right now. So just blending this on the lid, first impression, I'm not having any issues. It kind of matches my skin tone. It's a tad deeper, so this would be a perfect like running out the door crease shade on me, because that is what I do 99% of my time. Because I don't want to have a creasy eyelid, I will just put like a nice neutral brown on my lid. So I want to give myself a little bit of a brow bone highlight before I get this brush really dirty. So I'm going to go into the shade Heartthrob. This is Heartthrob. It reminds me a lot of Makeup Geek Shimmer Shimmer. Do you guys remember that OG Makeup Geek shade? And so I already know that's my taste for brow bone highlight. So using my E25 from Sigma, it's one of my favorite brushes, I'm just going to dip into a little bit of this shade and hit my brow bone. Now, something I did notice when I was swatching these eyeshadows, the top row is all shimmer, but for some reason, they are all very sheer compared to past Kylie Cosmetics palettes that I have tried, and you guys will see that in the swatches. They are very sheer. So something I'm looking for here is to see if they pick up any better with a brush. Normally, shimmers are popping with a finger, but they just weren't for some reason for me. I'm very grateful that this shimmer is showing up with a brush, because if it were not to show up, this might have been a flop for me. I'm going to hit my inner corners with this Heartthrob shade as well, just to kind of brighten up my eyes. Something I forget to do a lot of the time. Then I want to start to deepen up the look, so I'm going to go into the shade Pink Problems. This is the shade Pink Problems. I don't really think it looks pink. It's kind of more of like a dusty rose color to me. So I'm picking up just a little bit on that same brush I used for my brow bone. And I'm going to hit this in the outer corner of my eyelid. And I'm just going to dust it on there with circular motions. From the swatches, I kind of feel like the mattes in this palette are actually going to be the star of the show. The better performing shades, I think, are going to be the mattes. Okay, so this Pink Problems shade actually blended so nicely, and the look is actually starting to come together because of it. So I think what I'm going to do is flip over that brush, use the other side, and I'm going to pack the shade February, which is an actual pink shade, which I did not plan on using today. I was going to stick to neutral, but I feel like this February shade is going to make a good lid shade. So I'm just going to tap it right in the middle of the lid. And if you guys can hear my cat meowing, I'm sorry, she's getting old. So I don't really understand why anyone else is having issues. I didn't watch anyone else's reviews, but I am hearing word floating around. People are saying that there are negative reviews out there and that they've heard bad things about this palette. But so far, so good for me. Like, this actually is coming together really beautifully. I think it's definitely important to remember that everybody has different experiences with makeup. Now I feel like I'm going to be the only person who ends up liking this palette according to what I'm hearing, but so far I'm actually really liking this look. I'm going to take a little bit more of the Pink Problems shade, the darker shade, and kind of just blend that over the middle so that it's nice and deep. I was going to go in with a deeper brown, but I actually don't think I want to. I feel like this kind of ombre pink to dusty rose is actually working for me. So I'm going to take a little bit more of February and I'm going to try to smoke out underneath my eye. Not like smoke out, I guess you can't smoke out with a pink, but just slap a bunch of that pink underneath my eye. This is not the most intricate look in the world, and I'm not always doing artistic looks. This is definitely one of my most realistic, like I would wear this out of the house type of looks. So just to make sure there's no blending issues, I'm going to go back in with the big fluffy brush and the transition shade. And I'm going to hit this above my crease to kind of blend the brow color in with all the colors we just used. So honestly, as far as that first impression went, I am very, very happy with the look that I came up with. I do need to go add some mascara and lashes, so I'm going to do that, and then we're going to wrap up the thoughts on this eyeshadow palette before I show you the swatches. And in the swatches, you're going to see what I mean about the shimmers, but the shimmer that I used actually translated really nicely on the eyes. I just feel like some of them are going to be a little bit more of like a wash of color rather than a super pigmented metallic. So do keep that in mind. The shimmers are not like pigments. They're not like loose pigments that are extremely pigmented with one dip. It is more of a buildable palette. Okay, so I'm back. I put on some lashes and mascara. I wish that I could tell you with certainty what lashes these are, but I'm honestly not sure. I think they are the Huda Beauty Jacqueline lashes because I've been reusing them again and again, but I honestly am not positive about that. I'm hoping that my little tutorial kind of helped you realize that maybe it's not as bad as we're hearing. I think it blended really nicely. I think the mattes in here are definitely going to be the winning shades. I kind of tried to explain to you what I mean by the shimmers being sheer, and I just feel like these swatches are probably going to speak for themselves on that aspect. So go into this palette knowing that the shimmers are going to be a sheer wash of color. It's not going to be like an all over the lid shimmer, which is why I did not even go for that. You can definitely see the brow bone highlight, so it's there, but it's something you're going to build up. It's not something that I think you're going to have a great time packing all over. So it really is more of like a subtle shimmer, really good for like romantic, subtle makeup look, but not like a bam, in your face, full glam type of shimmery look. And it wasn't just one or two shimmers that swatched like that, all of them kind of swatched like that, but do with that information what you will. I still don't think this is a bad palette because of that. I do think that it would be easy to be disappointed with it if you were going in thinking it was going to be like a full-on painted wash of full-on pigment color, which was that even a sentence? I don't know, but you know what I mean. Do I think I need this in my life? No, not necessarily, just because of all of the alternatives that I have in my collection. I could definitely get an all matte look with my Tartelette palettes, or I could go in for these bright colors with my James Charles Morphe palette. So it's all dependent on your own personal preference. I'm just here to kind of give you my thoughts so that you can make your own decision on this product. So I think that that is all that I have to say on the actual quality and use of the eyeshadow. I hope that that little portion was helpful for you guys. Now I am going to go ahead and show you the swatches of these eyeshadows, and you guys again can take that information and do with it what you will. So let's get into these swatches and you guys can see for yourself. Alright, you guys, so that is all of the information that I have to share with you on the Kylie Cosmetics Valentine's Day palette for 2019. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys and that you like my eyeshadow palette reviews. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you have this palette for yourself, leave a comment down below letting me and other people know how you liked it. I love having a little kind of forum discussion down there so that you guys can help each other out as well. But as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and spending your time watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. I put out new videos 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you guys have an amazing Valentine's Day, whether you're in a relationship or not. If not, treat yourself, girl. Get yourself that makeup palette, spoil yourself with flowers, and hopefully I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.